Are we recording?
We are.
Excellent. Brethren, friends, listeners from Hampshire, Isle of Wight and beyond, welcome to another episode of Crafted in the South. Roddy, episode 9, would you believe it?
Episode 9. I can't believe it's almost going to be a year soon that we got this project starting off. James, what have you been up to?
Well, we're on the summer break now. It's June as we record. Is this our first ever summer episode?
I think
it must be.
It's the first summer episode. And
I've got shorts on and sunglasses.
yeah, and what happens during the summer?
Well, Masonically, not a great deal for most of us.
Mm.
But there are a few things kicking around. Chapter meetings,
This is
not
true.
least of which, and I understand you recently went to a very good one.
It was very good. It's full of pirates. It was amazing, I have to say.
Might you say it was the best chapter meeting in the universe?
Of everything. It was the best chapter of everything. It always is, right? Wolvesy chapter. You guys got to come visit us if you are in the Royal Arch. I highly suggest you come to our pirate event. Full of fun, laughter. What else?
Through the summer? Yeah, I mean, for me, I've got some meetings of Red Cross of Constantine that I joined recently.
Fantastic.
But for craft, bar a couple of visits, not much is going on. For lodge attendance purposes, certainly.
Before I forget, there was the grandest night out with the PGM. That was really fantastic. And since we did have the Provincial Grand Stewards episode, they put on a great event at the Novotel. I have to say, ritual was excellent, and I cannot believe those guys practiced the day of. PGM was also said that he practiced the day of, and it was perfect. It was fun, and what was absolutely fantastic, it was such a great event afterwards, right before dinner, because we had a social at the bar, and there were so many brethren there. They were just jovial, exchanging stories, meeting new brethren around the province. And I have to say, well done to that team. It was such a great Freemasonry night as well. But also for the summer, always comes around is FiTC.
FiTC.
And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
And this is a special meeting because usually we record these episodes at the provincial office at King's Court. And for those who don't know, we conduct the interview as one recording, and then Roddy and I step away and we record the introduction and the close separately. But this time we're doing it all as one continuous take, and we're not in the provincial office. We're on tour. We're in the field.
We are.
With none other than
Paul Tweltry.
Paul, tell us who you are. What's your name, Paul?
Don't tell him, Pike. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us in your living room with your lovely dog, Rug.
Yeah.
The official dog, Masonic dog of the province, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to be here chatting with you two. Having seen you do interviews in the past, to be on this side of the microphone is a bit daunting, I must say.
It's a long time coming, Paul.
You've threatened for many months to talk to me about FiTC. What can I tell you about me? I was initiated into Wolvesy Lodge, 1990. Went through the chair 7 years later. Provincial steward in 2001. I was asked to be visiting officer for a couple of lodges, and last year I was made an area vice chairman in the North Central area of Winchester. I'm also the Freemasonry in the Community officer for the North Central area, and I was appointed there just as COVID kicked in. So it was a fantastic job for about 2 years because we didn't do anything. We couldn't do anything. So I was 2 years into the job before I actually had to do anything. So that was quite nice.
That's a very interesting position to be in. So what was Zoom used for Freemasonry community, or it was just a title held until you could actually execute it?
It was just a title held because we couldn't go out into the community.
Okay.
Yeah, we were confined to
fair
our
enough.
houses and whatever.
Yeah.
Since then, we've done more than we've done more than we did then. Obviously.
Yeah.
It's
What is FiTC?
It's our opportunity to go out and meet the public and to show our face to the public and to show that we're not a secret society. We don't hide what we do. It's an opportunity to explain what we do to the public, to dispel the myths and the misconceptions. Personally, it's a nice day out.
Yeah.
You get to sit in the sun, hopefully, talk to the public, have a laugh, eat bacon sandwiches, go to different venues, different areas. It's a fun event.
It's an opportunity, I think, isn't it, for us to go out and talk directly to potential members, because that's what it is. It's a way of trying to get new members to join. It's a way for us to go out and speak to potential members in a way that other channels don't allow for.
Yeah, I think more importantly is the fact that we show our faces. If we get initiates or potential initiates from that interaction, that's a bonus, I feel. We don't tend to get people queuing up to join us when we are putting on an FiTC event, but we do get lots of people come and talk to us. We get lots of fellow Masons come and talk to us from outside the area, from abroad, and their usual comment is, wow, I didn't expect to see something like this on Andover Market or Winchester High Street or wherever we might be. It's fantastic to see that we are out here. We're putting it to the public and saying this is what we do.
Yeah. And Paul, where do you usually go to hold these events?
We go all over. North Central area for me, but every area has its FiTC group, team. Fates, we had a couple of years ago, we went to Thruxton Racetrack for the sports cars. I forget.
Yeah, the British Sports
Touring Car Championship.
Touring Car Champion, that's it, yeah, championship.
That was a fantastic event.
It was great. There were thousands of people there, and thousands of people saw us, and hundreds came and spoke to us. I particularly like markets, Saturday markets, because you get the footfall, you get people walking past, they see the displays that we have, the big boards we have that explain what we do charity-wise, how we support local charities, how we support individuals, how we support each other, how we're a brotherhood, a fraternity. We get lots of women come and talk to us. Some women who are interested in becoming Lady Freemasons.
Interesting.
The vast majority come on behalf of their husbands because their husbands are too shy or don't know how to start the conversation and say, my husband, I think, would enjoy this, or he'd be really good doing this.
Anything to get him out of the house.
Yeah, I think that's...
And we're happy to help, to be fair of it.
I think that's more than likely is the case.
Freemasonry, saving marriages since 17 something.
You know what? You struck a chord with that because lately I've been having friends, usually married couples, and they find out like, hey Rod, you're a Freemason. They're astonished. And then the wives will come tell me, I think you need to talk to, let's say, Tom. He needs to become a Freemason. Yeah. He needs something to look forward to and to hang out with other guys because he doesn't have the opportunity to hang out with other guys.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that. We're going on a tangent, but it's very important aspect of that. You say that you go to markets, you go to these various events, and I'm gonna backtrack a bit. You're not selling something. We're not selling anything. No. But what's a successful conversation that you feel like, you know what, this was good. Like I feel like I made my point across. Like what does that interaction looks like that you see? You know what, I'm satisfied with this day.
It's usually someone will start browsing the leaflets and you go and say, oh, are you interested in Freemasonry? Well, I've thought about it for a long time. And I say, well, what do you know about us? Did you know that we are the second largest charitable giver after the National Lottery, for example? Do you know that we support air ambulance in Hampshire? We do a lot of charitable work. We are a brotherhood. We look after each other. We provide support for each other if you have a problem. We have fantastic social life. If you want to partake of it, we have dinners.
Absolutely.
Curry evenings.
We could all say that, yeah.
So if you want to make a lot of friends very quickly, come and join us. And I think these days, a lot of men don't have a lot of friends.
Yes.
I think most men don't have a lot of friends.
Yes.
Certainly that's got worse since COVID when we all sat in our houses and sort of We lost the habit of going out and meeting and talking with people. And this is a good way back into having a social life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do the hard sell. I don't think that is a good way of doing it. I will talk about my enthusiasm for Freemasonry. I will explain that you, Roddy, you have a different aspect and different things appeal to you. You might enjoy the ritual side of it, the charitable side of it, the social side of it. So it's good to get possibly a couple, myself and someone else, talking to him to give a different view.
I think you're 100% right, because all our different experiences could just help dispel a lot of myths, just create a different view of what they could expect in their future, right? Because we all have very singular journeys in Freemasonry. I agree with you. It's a really cool event because I see it's just so multi-pronged. First, if you go to a cool site, which we do, we go to FiTC, we go to somewhere like Thruxton, we could go to the what is it, the kite show? What is it, the one in Portsmouth?
Kite fair?
I forgot. It was where they fly the kites in Portsmouth. You go to all these cool events that maybe you wouldn't have gone, let's say, as Freemasons, right? Where you go volunteer. But like you said, I think it's a very important thing to remind brethren that maybe haven't come to their lodge or been a part of it. Like, hey, you know what? I was part of something cool, because it happens, right? Life gets in the way or other responsibilities. But then it's also an opportunity to educate people about what we do, because many people still don't know what we do. I think that's very important. It's a recruitment event as well. It's an awareness. I think it is. And it's a day for us as well to hang out with each other internally, because I've made really good friends from one of the FiTC events as well, from another lodge, and that I see him as a Masonic mentor as well, because he's in a different part of the region as well. So I think these are great events. And in your perspective, what does each brethren, do you think they have a responsibility for FiTC? Because I feel that FiTC goes beyond during the day-to-day. I think FiTC is every day as a Mason.
Yes, I think we all have a responsibility to go out and sell Freemasonry. I know some people aren't happy doing that, and that's fine. People want to keep their private lives private. In that sense, I'm happy to shout that I'm a Freemason, and lots of people are. And I think by showing that we are normal people, and we're not all very rich white professionals. Some are, but the vast majority aren't. We are just, there's people from every walk of life, and in that regard, it's nice to get a cross section on a FiTC stand.
Yeah,
some old, some young, to appeal to different aspects of society, different types of people that we would like to attract.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the best ones we did last year was Eastleigh Pride. It was great fun.
There was a lot of interaction in that one.
Yeah, big footfall. It was a great fun day, and lots of families. It was a family event. So we got a lot of people talking to us there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. It's also quite fascinating that Freemasonry pops up in places that you'd least expect.
Yeah,
but it's actually compatible in the places that you least expect because of our values, right?
Yeah,
we're inclusive. We do service. So I like that. I like going to these places and just showing this positive surprise to the community.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say Freemason in the community is every day, because I had one of our brethren. I believe I know him through Rose Craw, but I think he is in the Lodge of Chivalry in Southampton, and he told me every time, ever since I've joined Freemasonry, I gauge my reactions. I think before I speak. I think before I act. And that is part of showing what a Freemason is in the community. I've changed, not completely who I am. I've just become a better man. And that for me is Freemason in the community, because you're actually becoming a better man, having more sound reactions, sound engagements you actually become this more compassionate, empathetic person. And that's on the granular level, right? And we have these special events that we have during the year, but it's all year, it's every day once you are a Mason, because your behavior is a reflection of your lodge and of the greater the greater organization, and it is it's quite interesting. You get to learn these things, and it starts seeping into your Masonic brain every day.
Of your mind.
Yes. But I mean, for reference, to the listeners, to the brethren, and the non-Masons, Paul was my seconder, and I mean my proposer. I'm sorry, and he got me into Freemasonry. And it's so interesting, all these things that he would say 3 years ago to me. Oh, wait until you see it. Just you'll learn, you perceive it, and it's so true. It's so true. And now you get to see it. And every year you have this different view of Freemasonry. But sorry, going on a tangent. But yeah, I think FiTC it's important, and it also gives us a platform to try different things, to gauge different things of what works, what doesn't work. And for me, the best one is just having those different touch points that nobody would think that will go there.
Yeah. We've got coming up shortly where FiTC are going to be at the Scout AGM down in the New Forest.
Really?
Scouting and Freemasonry have lots of things in common.
Yes.
Same outlooks.
Yep.
We were there last year. And this is Pax Hill Lodge, our scouting lodge. Look after this. They take the equipment down, they set it up, they man the stand for the day, and they appeal to people who are interested in scouts and scouting.
It is a fraternal organization, just for younger. A
lot of their values, scouting's values, are the same as our values.
I couldn't agree with you more. I was a scout as well.
Day out.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant event to be at.
Yeah, that shows you the dynamism of the organization as well.
One of the occupational hazards of Freemasonry is that some people think their view of us is based on internet conspiracies and nonsense that they hear online and all of those traditional sort of tropes and stories that, we who are in the craft know couldn't be further from the truth. But and, I know from my own experiences of being on the stand that occasionally somebody will come up and either ask you about them or sort of throw them at you and expect you to respond. What? I mean, FiTC is a good way to help dispel those myths. But is that, would you say for those brethren who are thinking about getting involved, that's not perhaps the common experience, is it? It's more of a humorous interaction when someone asks you how are you going with the taking over of the world and things like that.
It's an ideal opportunity for those that believe in conspiracy theories or the stories they've heard on the internet about what we do and what we get up. It's an ideal opportunity for them to come and explore those with us, shall we say. I've never had anyone who was aggressive or trying to start a fight or anything like that. It is more humorous, and it's... we had a guy, we were in Andover Market, this was about 3 years ago, and as he walked past and he looked up and it said Freemasonry for All, and he stopped and he looked at me and said, "Oh, you're the secret society." And I just responded to him, I said, "Yeah, we're that secret that on a Saturday morning we've got a great big blue gazebo that's got Freemasonry written all over it. That's how secret we are." And he laughed. He went, "Yeah, fair play, mate. Thumbs up." Walked on. In fact, that same day, that was quite humorous. But that same day, on the other side of the road, I had a guy who was stood in one of the shop doorways, and for about half an hour just stared at me.
Really?
Yeah. And every time I looked at him, he was staring at me intently. And I would look again, and he would still be staring. After a bit, it gets a bit unnerving.
Yeah.
Because even though you're not looking at him, you know that he's looking at you. He didn't say anything, but he just stared at me for about half an hour.
Did he come over afterwards, or just staring?
He blinked for half an hour. And then half an hour, he got up and he walked off.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Strange. People are strange.
But as a tool for recruitment, FiTC isn't without success, is it? There are members out there whose first experiences of Freemasonry will be seeing our presence at an event somewhere out there in the community. So
Yeah.
it does work. It's perhaps not. I think you'd struggle to argue that it is the most fruitful line of potential members. And certainly there are more sort of voluminous ways of getting potential initiates in, but it does work. It's a very cheap and enjoyable way of finding new people.
And those guys that join us through seeing us at FiTC are the guys who, when you start talking to them and you say, have you thought about becoming a Freemason? And they say, yes, I have, but I've no idea how to go about it.
Yes.
Because they don't know anyone, or they don't think they know anyone who's a Freemason. They don't think, even in this day and age, to Google Freemasonry or Hampshire Freemasons and go onto the website, and on the website for Provincial Grand Lodge here, you can sort of register an interest. We are the first contact of actual live Freemasons that they've met. And we can talk, and we can answer their questions, and we can say, here's a form, fill it in, or here's a leaflet, read it. There's the website.
Yes.
There's the card if you want to, or you can email someone to register an interest, and someone will get in touch with you and have a chat, have another chat.
Yeah.
Once you've had a chance to think about it.
Yeah, and even that, I mean, you can't win it all, right? Because we're out there in the community, and sometimes some guys are very shy.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for them to go even have that conversation. But like what James said, just having that awareness around for a month from now, 6 months from now, a year, 5 years from now is useful.
Yeah.
Because you put that seed of thought into their orbit, and who knows? And just because like, oh, I saw those guys, or actually were, somewhere public, makes you approachable. It's not quantifiable, but it is a great tool.
Yeah. The biggest group of people we get, if you like, are people that walk past, will stop, will see the sign Freemasonry for all, or Freemasonry in the community, or whatever we've got up at the time. We'll read some of the backdrop that we've got that list the things we do.
Yes.
And we'll sort of stand there for a few seconds and then walk on. And I think, you want to ask me a question?
Yes.
And sometimes I'll say, is there anything I can help you with? And they'll, well, actually, I've been thinking about this. I've heard about Freemasonry. What can you tell me about it? And that starts the conversation.
Oh, fantastic.
But if you're talking to someone already and
Yeah.
you see them stop and pause, by the time you've got to them, they've gone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But again, you've set that little seed that we're not perhaps the organisation that they think we are. That they've read online that, as James jokingly said, we're taking over the world, or we're doing this, or we're doing that.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. There's so many facets of this because
Yeah,
it's not a joke. Have you not been listening?
Oh,
there's a committee.
okay. I'm not.
yes, there is. For me, sometimes it's a very important re-engagement tool. Just not for the brethren. Sorry.
Yeah, now you know about it. You've sort of got to be on it, haven't you?
Yes.
I was so rude. I was so rudely interrupted. No, I'm just joking. I see it sometimes as a re-engagement tool, not just for the brethren, but people that are adjacent to Freemasonry. A really cool story is just when we had a nurse that she did her preparation as a nurse in the Masonic Hospital in London. I don't know the name of it. And she was quite eager.
Royal Free Masonic.
I believe so. I think this was in the 1960s. I believe that's what it is, yeah. But she was so happy to come and engage with us and say, hey, because I've been exposed to Freemasonry because I did my formation there. And she says she was happy memories and all the Freemasons that she's met. I'm like, that is fantastic. When you're a young woman in the 1960s, you're having this story in 2023, 24, 25. That says a lot, right? And that she has a positive experience. So there's so much to do in FiTC still. And
it would be nice to have a lady Mason on our stands.
Yeah.
We have had in the past wives of a wife of a brother. As I say, we get a lot of ladies come and talk to us, women come and talk to us. And whilst I know a little bit about ladies Freemasonry, it's better to talk to a member of that organisation
Absolutely.
And we are working together now more and more. So if there are any lady Masons out there who would like to come on a FiTC stall, I'm sure that's not a problem.
Well, we were talking to Sue Lant of the Order of Women Freemasons
Absolutely, yeah.
a few months ago, and I recall we were talking about opportunities where men's and ladies Freemasonry could work more closely together in future. Perhaps FiTC is an example of an area where we can work closely together without having to worry about bumping into ceremonies or lodge practices or any of those things that might be not so compatible. FiTC might be an example of somewhere where we can work together.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be really cool to have, if we have a couple that join both Freemasonry, male and female, and follow them around along their journey. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But what is the schedule of events that we have for the summer for FiTC?
There is a packed diary.
There is a
in
packed
Hampshire and Isle of Wight, particularly in the North Central area. Your patch, of course.
I can only talk for the North Central area. I'm sure other areas are out and about all over the summer. That I don't doubt. Basingstoke, we're going to Sherfield on Loddon Fete.
Mm-hmm.
The Basingstoke Lodge is looking after that.
Okay.
That's I think that's next week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that might have happened by the time this goes out.
Okay.
That's the middle of June.
And it's important, just on that thought, I think it's important to note that if somebody out there is aware of an event where they could usefully take the stand and have a presence, then all they need to do is speak to their area FiTC rep, and they will, if it's available, be given access to all the stuff that they need. You can do this yourself if you want to. If you've got somewhere you want to go, then you can do that. Subject
absolutely.
to the usual bookings and all that kind of.
Yeah, and the FiTC rep will support. We'll get the equipment to you.
Yes.
We'll show you how it sets up. It's really manning the stall during the day.
Yeah.
Which,
if you
have somewhere that
if you want to show up, just go.
Your local fete.
Yeah.
And you want the equipment, you can borrow, use the equipment.
Yeah.
I would come and help set up, and I'm sure the other FiTC reps will do the same. And then it's yours for the day. You man it. It's your area, your patch.
Yes.
And then I'll come and help you take it down and put it away at the end of the day. So yeah, if there's an event, a local fete, vintage fete, whatever it might be, an open day, a festival, fun.
Any event, any of those events, exactly.
And if you want to put, send me details or send your local FiTC rep the details, and we'll reserve the equipment for you.
So for brethren who perhaps haven't been to an FiTC event before, but who might be interested in coming along and joining us on the stand one day, what do they have to do? Who do they need to speak to? How do they get involved?
I would say speak to your area FiTC rep.
And if you don't know who that is?
Well, they are listed in the yearbook, of which your lodge secretary will have a copy, or your VO will have a copy.
That's right.
Drop them an email, give them a call, and say, either I've got this event that I think would be fantastic for FiTC to come along and be represented at, or it sounds like fun, or I would like to see if it is fun and come along, and you don't need to spend the whole day on the stall. Come for a couple of hours, come for an hour.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it.
And in your case, now you're also an area vice chairman in Winchester. You've enjoyed a stellar Masonic journey, reaching the very highest levels of provincial administration.
Yes, it was a very quick career.
Journey.
It was a very rapid.
It was still a new one, Masonic terms.
Oh yes, it's a mere whippersnapper.
But is it necessary for brethren who want to get involved? Do they have to be past masters or provincial officers, or can any member of the craft get involved?
Any member of the craft. I think it's important that we get younger members, or no, not even younger members, newer members.
New members, yeah.
Because they have the enthusiasm that people who have been doing it for 35 years perhaps lack a little bit of. Be rest assured, you're not going to be stuck at the front of the stall and be expected to talk to people immediately if you're not confident or happy with doing that. The thing is to stand next to someone who is talking to one of the other brethren
and just listen
and just hear how the conversation goes. And then if you have something to say, say it.
Yeah.
If you're enthusiastic about one aspect of Freemasonry, say it. Let this potential initiate get caught up with your enthusiasm.
Yes, any and every brethren could go and participate, and I highly suggest it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if the place interests you, or you want to, practice your, I don't know, maybe your presentation skills, or just talk to someone about this new subject in your life, go for it. I think it's great. But coming back also with the FITCs on Facebook, you could most likely, your area has an FITC page. Look at what we do. Look what they're doing, and show up. We always, always a helping hand is always welcome in Freemasonry.
Yeah, and you don't need to book in. So if you see
Yes.
Sherwood and Lodenflate,
Yep.
go along, stand on the stall for an hour, and just talk to the guys that are there.
Yeah.
And if you feel happy, talk to someone.
Absolutely.
In public. There's no pressure. It's entirely what you want to do.
And from a selfish point of view, if you're looking for a reason to get involved, whilst nobody in Freemasonry should do anything for personal benefit, sometimes when FITC goes to ticketed events, as we did at the British Touring Car Championships last year, the people who came and helped on the stand got their ticket by virtue of being on the stand. So that if they'd wanted to go to that event under normal circumstances, they'd have had to pay for their entry ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Those of us who were on the stand didn't have to, so we put some time in working for the province on the stand, doing the FITC work, and the rest of the day was our own to go out and enjoy the show. So it does, as well as doing your bit for Freemasonry, you might get access to events that under normal circumstances you'd have to pay your way into. So there is a personal benefit there if you want that.
Yeah, good perks.
We all managed to get an hour watching the cars.
Yeah,
absolutely, we did.
Wander off from the stalls just to have a break. You can't spend 8 hours on the stall non-stop. It's tiring, and it's good to get out.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for describing what FITC is. I think it's very important, and I like it because it's the summer season, and when FITC is coming around, it's the summer shining, and I hope it stays shining for this summer because we need FITC in full bloom.
Yes, and we don't go out.
Yeah,
we do.
We do. Come on,
we try not to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's better to go out.
Paul, thank you for joining us and for hosting us today. Roddy, you and I will be back for another episode in July. For an absolute barnstormer of an episode. I won't give it away now, not least because I can't remember who it is.
Likewise. But it'll be good.
It's going to be fantastic.
As always.
But until then, and we would be remiss not to bring Paul into our usual sign-off, we have all been happy to meet.
Sorry to part.
And happy to meet again.
See ya.
Bye.